All right, so what is fairy dusting? It's not a good thing. Fairy dusting is when some brands in skincare and personal care, they just sprinkle a little bit of the ingredients in their formulas, but they still put the names of the ingredients on the back of their label. So you can have a product like DUSTED that has all of the really best ingredients on the back of the label and says their name. Then you can have some other brand that might say some of those same amazing ingredients on the label. But the difference is some brands are fairy dusting, which means they're just sprinkling a little bit of the ingredients, small amount, whereas a brand like DUSTED uses a lot of the ingredients, so you get a much better result. Let me show you an example. So if we're fairy dusting, if this is a brand that's fairy dusting, let's say this cocoa powder is the really good ingredients that you want in your product. Well, this is fairy dusting, where the brand takes just a tiny little bit and they sprinkle it in there, and then they mix it up, and that's about it. You can see this milk barely even changes colors. Why? Because a fairy dusting brand only uses a tiny little bit of the ingredients. It saves them a lot of money. They can still say, oh, we use ingredient A, B, C, and D and put them on the label, but it's window dressing. It's not a good result for the consumer. It's not a good value. There's nothing good about it, but brands can make more money doing it, and a lot of them do. With DUSTED, we put a lot of the ingredients in. We do not fairy dust, so we don't just put some. We don't just put a little more. We put a lot of our ingredients in. And when you mix it together even just a little bit, you can already see so quickly, look what happens in the difference. And actually you have to mix it longer because you have such a higher concentration of ingredients. And now, look at the difference. The DUSTED formula that has a lot of the ingredients, look at the color, how much darker it is, or the regular product that fairy dusts and just sprinkles a tiny little bit of the ingredients in. Barely changes color. Now again, both of these products technically can put the same names of the same ingredients on the back of their labels. It's actually legal, and brands do it all the time. They window dress. They like to put all of the fancy names of the ingredients, so someone picks up the package and says, ooh, it has this and it has that, and oh, and it's a few dollars less, or oh, and this big celebrity endorses it. What they're not showing you, what they don't have to show you, is how much of the ingredient they're putting in, what percentage. A lot of them are just sprinkling. They're fairy dusting. If people ask, how would I know if a brand is fairy dusting? Look at the comparison of prices between products. If most of the products you're looking at are generally around the same price, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less than the others, and then you see a few outliers that are half the price or 2/3 of the price less. And you see it all the time on places like on other websites, even in stores like you see that all the time. Those products that are half the price, 2/3 lower of the other ones, there's an issue there. How are they getting the price that cheap? And a lot of times, some of these products are also paying big celebrities and they have the fanciest packaging, and they're still a lot less money. Well, here's the answer. A lot of times, they're barely putting in any of the ingredients. So is that what you want? I mean, are you getting your products because a celebrity endorses them or because it has a fancy package? We have nice packaging, and we have a lot of people who use our products and rave about them on social media. But we also still put in the highest percentage of ingredients that our formulas can bear to give our customers the best results, the best value for the money.